And welcome to my next LP. This is LegendaryChina reporting in. And as you can see, as the main screen comes back because I've waited too long to start this, the next LP we are doing is Pokemon Platinum. Now, why are we doing Pokemon Platinum, you ask? Well, because I decided I want to do something known as the Nuzlock challenge of this game. And the Nuzlock challenge is pretty much the version of hard mode for Pokemon. So, why don't we go ahead and start this? As the game goes on a little bit, I will explain exactly what you have to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a text message through. Alright, so after the introduction, I'll explain exactly what's going on. Hello there, it's very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. No info needed. I have played Pokemon before. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here I have a Pokeball, which is on the bottom of the screen, which I can't show because of my camera, so I apologize. Touch a button in the middle of the Pokeball, if you'd please. Hello, Stylus. Touch. This is the only time you'll probably see the Stylus, so you're lucky. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so we may learn more about Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy or a girl? I believe I'm a boy. Alright, so you're a boy. Yes. Tell me, what is your name? Well, since my YouTube name is LegendaryChina, I will just go ahead, you can't see me typing on the bottom here, I will go ahead and put China as my name. Now, since it's the first video, I'm not sure how the audio will go with the video. I mean, my voice should be clear, but I'll see how the other things go, so we'll get that fixed as time goes on. Your name is China? Yes. Okay, so you're China. A fine name that is. Why, thank you, Rowan. Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be? Barry, Nolan, Roy, or... I like Barry. Barry, is it? That is your friend's name? I believe, actually, in the series, this kid's name is Barry, so it kind of works out. I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't really watch Pokemon too much anymore. Alright, China, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you'll discover many things, perhaps even something about yourself. Now go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. And your character gets miniaturized, and the adventure begins. Pokemon are by our side always. I hope you'll understand the meaning of those words. That was a comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. That concludes our special program, Let's Ask Professor Rowan, brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Cool. Ooh. There you are. Hey, China, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So, if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. How many times do you say Pokemon in one sentence, Barry? Oh, hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Wow, Barry's a little scatterbrained. Oh, right. We're going to go see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, China, if you're late, I'm finding you 100 million Pokos. Well, 10 million Pokos, but he probably meant 100 million. Okay, so a few basics while I change some options on here. Text speed fast. Stereo. Anyway, I like green, so 5. Okay. Yes. Okay, so a couple of things about the Nuzlock challenge. I'm sorry if the video might be a little bright because of everything, but you know how things go. Blah, blah, blah. But a Nuzlock challenge basically is a Pokemon game with a few specific rules in it. The first rule is, when your Pokemon faint, you have to either release them, or in this case, I'm going to put them in my PC so I can transfer them over to my black and white game later. The second rule is you can only catch one Pokemon per area. The first encounter you have, you can either fight that Pokemon or catch it. That's all you get for it. The third rule, it doesn't matter. Some people usually use what's called the duplicate rule, meaning the first new Pokemon of each area, but I want to challenge myself a little bit more and not do that. So, no, what'd that sign say? The X button opens the menu. Okay, thank you for that. Really, and the last rule, hey Mom, and the last rule, happens to be, you have to nickname all your Pokemon, so pretty much those are the three basic rules. I'm not going to really do any other rules since this is my first Nuzlock challenge as it is, so you guys are going to go through a brand new thing with me. So anyway, let's see what Mom has to say. China! Barry already left. I don't know what it was about, but he was sure in a hurry. Thank you, Mom, for telling me that. Either way, let us go. Oh, I hate not having the running shoes immediately. Oh yes, China. Don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It'd be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, sweetie. Thank you for telling me that, Mother. And here we are in Twinleaf Town. This is the starting area. This is going to be a full LP, this game as well, so even though I'm following the Nuzlock rules, I'll still be explaining where the majority of the things are and everything. So, yeah. Let's just start out by going, I believe, to Barry's house, maybe? I don't remember. It's been a while, so... let me just check quickly. Yes, so why don't we start by going to Barry's house, which I believe should be right here. Yep, thud! Sorry about the text message again. What was that about? Oh, hey, China! Hey, I'm going to see Professor Ron. You should come too, and quickly. Oh, geez, forgot something. Okay, so follow Barry into the house. Hey, Barry's mom. Oh, hi, China. Are you looking for Barry? He was gone for a second, but then he came running back home. You just can't steal that boy. I wonder who he takes after. I don't know. I don't actually remember who Barry's father was, but maybe we'll actually find out through here and that can be answered. I better take my bag and journal, too. Oh, hey, China. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a 10 million Poco fine if you're late. Yes, the money currency in the Pokemon world is always, I believe, called Pokos, so I will refer to Pokos as the money system instead of, like, money. Anyway. Okay. Back to Twinleaf, and now we're going to actually go on to the next route. Route 201, because that's where Barry is. Too slow! Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. ... What? Don't go into the grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one, I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So, what you do is, you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to the Sand Gem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here goes! On your marks! Hold it! You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? ... A lot of quiet, wondering, anticipation of what may happen. Anyway. ... More dots! Hey, China, this old guy. It's Professor Ron, isn't it? What's he doing here? ... Will you stop with the dots? They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? The world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? ... Now, Platinum is very, well, it's not very different, but a lot of story plots are a lot different based on Diamond and Pearl version, which the beginning thing automatically is different, but you two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? Of course! Me too, I love Pokemon too! I will ask you once again. You too, you truly love Pokemon, do you? What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, China? Yes. A pair of reckless kids who foolishly tried to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own. It worries me that what people like that would do with Pokemon. Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. How big of you? Very well then, I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Now? Now where? Professor Rowan! That's Dawn, by the way. You left your briefcase at the lake. Oh, is something wrong here? Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure you're sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There's a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place, right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really? Professor Rowan? I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Yeah, Barry's really hyper, so I'll probably use a very fast-paced voice with him. Hey, China, you choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Thanks. Either way, go to the briefcase. Opens up and you get to choose 3 Pokemon. Look, these are Pokeballs. There's a Pokemon in each one. Really? Now choose, which Pokemon will it be? What's in this one? I do not want Turtwig. I do not want Chimchar. I'm gonna start with the Penguin Pokemon Piplup. Then I choose you. I'm picking this Turtwig. And my phone goes off again. Someone's trying to keep a hold of me while I'm making a video, but that's okay. Very well. Both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sandgem Town. And now we'll be on our way. Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry, please let me pass. How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Heh, China, we've both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? Yes. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. China, I challenge you to a battle. And you get your first Pokemon battle of the game. Against your rival. Which, your rival always chooses a Pokemon that's strong against yours, but the first one doesn't really matter. So, yes. So, Piplup starts out with Pound and Growl. Pound does damage pretty much, and Growl lowers attack. I'm just gonna start by trying to take out that Turtwig as fast as possible. Now, I like having defensive Pokemon, which is why... What? No, that one hurt you! Which is why I typically choose water Pokemon, because for some reason they do have a strong defense, other than when Turtwig uses that withdraw, but all I can only hope is that Piplup doesn't die here, because if not, there's going to be a very, very quick LP. Because literally, in this world, Pokemon can die now because of the Nuzlock challenge. But normally the first battle... No, wait, we can keep going, this is where we hit our stride. Normally the first battle is not too hard to win, so... Of course, with that withdrawal constantly being used, it's going to make it kind of hard, because I'm only going to start doing 1 damage to Turtwig. But, oh my gosh. I guess, Barry's being very defensive this time. Come on, Piplup, you can do it. Yeah, I still feel like I'm doing the same amount of damage, which is kind of odd. Oh, now it's starting to tackle me. Either way, this should just about be enough. Yeah, I'll definitely win this one, and Piplup will be fine. Yay! We defeated our first Pokemon! Piplup gained 67, and that's normally enough to level up your Pokemon for the first level. Which it is. Piplup grew to level 6. Yeah, I beat Barry! What are you saying? We end up losing, and we get 500 Pokos for winning. Whew, let's go home. I'm beat after that battle. My Pokemon needs rest too. See ya, China. And then the game automatically puts you back home. where your mom is cooking you a delicious meal, I believe. Moving the camera a little bit, there we go. What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Barry are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. China, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sand Gem Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Oh, I know, China. Put these on. You received a pair of running shoes. Yay! We can run faster now. Going to Sand Gem Town is like an adventure itself, right? With those running shoes, you can go to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Press B to pretty much go faster. That's really it. You run quicker! Okay, so with that, I believe we're just gonna go to Sand Gem. So let's just go right to Sand Gem. Oh, look. Maybe we won't yet. Tuso, China, I'm sick of waiting. I'm going to see Professor Rowan so I can thank him properly. So I have this great idea. Listen up, okay? You know that lake where we always play at? You know how they say a legendary Pokemon lives there? You guessed it. Let's catch that Pokemon. That'll make Professor Rowan happy, I'm sure of it. Me and you together, we've got nothing to fear. So, yeah, we have to first start by going over to Lake, I believe Lake Verity, which is to the right. I think, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's to the right. No, the right is Sand Gem Town. The left is Lake Verity. Verity Lakefront, clearly, now that that has said that. Lake Verity ahead. According to legend, this lake is home to the Pokemon said to be the being of emotion. It's because of this Pokemon that people can experience sorrow and joy. Alright, so to Lake Verity. Alright, we're at the lake. Get ready because we're capturing that legendary Pokemon. Trust me on this one, it's here. It even says so on the sign. Yes, because we just read the sign, Barry. Oh, geez, wow, we're already trying to capture a legendary Pokemon. What's going on? The flowing time. The expanding space. I will make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember it. Until then, sleep while you can, legendary Pokemon of the lake bed. Allow me to pass. Step aside. What was that about? Weird guy. Okay, China, let's catch that legendary Pokemon. Did you hear that, China? That was a legendary Pokemon crying. That had to be it. Okay, this is our chance. Let's catch it. Wait, what? We don't have anything on us. You know, Pokeballs. P-O-K accent E balls. Wow. Barry always cracks me up with all of his dialogue. If we don't have those, we can't catch Pokemon or take them around with us. Do you think Professor Rollins give us some if we asked him? You know, you remember what he said, don't you? He said to visit him at his lab if we needed anything. Okay, China, I'll race you. First one to the professor's lab in Sand Gem Town rules. Oh, Barry. Okay. So now we have to go to Sand Gem Town. Now we might actually run into a Pokemon here which I can't catch yet, which would kind of suck. So let's hope to God that I don't. Well, if I had Pokeballs, I would have caught a Bidoof. But since I don't have Pokeballs, it's not going to work out too well for me. So Piplup, just go ahead and attack him. With Pound! And then he tackles me. And then I use Pound again. Yeah, the beginning Pokemon are very weak to start out with, so while you're trying to get to Sand Gem Town at the very beginning, you're not going to have much trouble. They don't even do that much damage, so... And we gain 16 experience, which is awesome. Well, since we've already been to a battle, wild Pokemon lurk in tall grass. They can come bursting out at any time. So if you're wanting to battle wild Pokemon, just walk in tall grass, avoid, stay out of grass, basics of Pokemon. What's the sign say? Don't be shy, talk to anyone whenever you happen by. Talking to people will get you valuable information and advice. Okay, about resting. Okay, we have to go through this grass. And we ran into a wild Starly. Alright, Piplup, go kick its ass. Pound it! Pound it to oblivion! Yeah, Starly is a flying type. I was really hoping I wouldn't run into anybody here, but I guess it's kind of... I guess you're kind of have to no matter what, so... Cool. Alright. Ooh, there's another person right here. Oh, come on. Well, it's alright. Actually, the more... I'll just show this battle, but most likely if I run into old Pokemon, I won't show it again. But the more you grind in a Nuzlock challenge, the better off you'll be, because your Pokemon will be a lot stronger. And especially if, like, one faints, then you're kind of screwed. So, it's definitely not a bad idea to go to stay in areas and, like, over level. I might do a lot of, like, power leveling off the camera and then tell you guys what, like, any moves or anything they may have learned. But other than that, I'll keep a majority of this stuff. Okay, good. If you talk to this woman in the grass right here, or man, or whoever it is, they'll give you a free potion, which is actually really nice, considering I'm doing a Don't Die run. Okay, that explains about shortcuts. And with that, we have reached Sandgem. Oh, and ran into Dawn. Oh, there you are. Please come with me. The professor is waiting. This is at our Pokemon Research Lab. Let's go. Thud. What the? Oh, it's you, China. That old guy, he's not scary so much as he totally out there. Oh, it doesn't matter, China. I'm out of here. See you later. Jeez. Wow, what was that? Your friend sure seems to be really impatient. Well, anyway, let's go inside. I was hoping I could... Okay, this video is going to be a little bit longer than I want, but that's okay. Well, well, look who's here. China, was it? Let's have a look at your Pokemon. I see. This Pokemon seems to be rather happy. Entrusting you with that Piplup was no mistake, it seems. Whoa, would you like to give it a nickname? Yes, I have to. You know what? I've always wanted to do this. Since this Piplup is male... The Star Spirit returns! Geno is back! Anyway, yes, my Piplup's name is going to be Geno because that's like my favorite Mario character of all time, but that's besides the point. Okay, I see, and you're happy with that nickname? Yes, Geno! When I first saw you two about to step into the tall grass with that Pokemon, I was shocked. I was astounded by this foolhardy children. But now you've astounded me in an entirely different way. Already there is a bond growing between you and that Pokemon. I feel privileged to have met you. I'm sure Piplup feels the same way about you. That's why I'll ask you to cherish a Piplup of yours. I'm so glad that you're kind towards Pokemon. If you weren't, I'd have to... Ooh, I just can't say it. Let's move on to the main topic. There's something I want you to do for me. Allow me to properly introduce myself first. My name, as you know, is Rowan. I study Pokemon. First of all, I want to know exactly what kinds of Pokemon live in the Sinnoh region. To do so, it is necessary to collect data using the Pokédex. This is what I wish to ask of you. I want to entrust with you this Pokédex. Will you use it to record data on all the Pokemon in Sinnoh for me? Yes. Good answer. I obtained the Pokédex. That Pokédex is a very high-tech device. It will automatically record data on every kind of Pokemon you encounter. China, I ask that you go everywhere and meet every kind of Pokemon in this region. I've got one too! When you walk up Route 201 with your Pokemon, what did you feel? I've lived for 60 long years. Even now, I get a thrill when I'm with a Pokemon. Now, you should know that there are countless Pokemon in this world. That means there are just as many thrills waiting for you out there. Now go. China, your grand adventure begins right now. The Pokemon that I met for the first time was Chimchar. If you had chosen a Chimchar in Route 201, we'd have the same Pokemon now. But we never would, because the game always generates it so the three main characters, Dawn, whoever your rival is, and yourself, have the three main starters, just so you can add Pokedex entries, but that's besides the point. Not that it matters, but... Anyway, I'm Dawn. I also help the professor add pages to the Pokedex. So in a sense, I'm just like you. I just got a little head start on you, that's all. I'll be happy to teach you things. Glad to meet you, China. And with that, we are going to end the first episode. Oh no. Okay guys. I'm going to get to this exact same point in another save file since I didn't realize that I could not erase this. But either way, so on the next episode, I will start right over here with Geno again, and we shall continue this Pokemon adventure. So until next time, see you guys then.